Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and do a gameplay review of Ember Sword, the closed beta. Well, technically it's an open beta now, but they're still calling it closed beta, so we'll go ahead with the title, closed beta. For anyone that is interested in this game, at least as of the time of this recording, it is open for anyone to go ahead and play as long as you go ahead and create an account on their website and connect it to a wallet. So if you can go ahead and do that, you can go ahead and test this game out. I've been really looking forward to doing a test on this one because there's been so much hype around this for so long. I'm glad I finally got access to go ahead and jump in there. As with most gameplay reviews, I'm going to go ahead and go through the process, give you a little bit of background around behind the game, show you the website, give you some details, and then we're going to go ahead and dive in and actually show you the gameplay. So I'll go ahead and play the character that I've been testing out and run through that. And at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and give you my point of view or my initial thoughts of this game. I've only been playing it literally for less than 24 hours, but I have been playing it a little bit more than I normally do with games just because I really like this type of game. So I really kind of dove in there and got a little bit further than I probably would do on a normal initial gameplay reviews. But I wanted to I wanted to get in there. I wanted to dive in. But before we jump into the video, please take a quick look at this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word for it. Just make sure it's right for your situation. So now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and just talk about a little bit of the background before we dive into the game itself. This again is Ember Sword. If you want to go ahead and check it out, test out the closed beta, the quote unquote closed beta, you can go ahead to the link down in the description or go ahead to embersword.com. It is on the Immutable blockchain. So that's how you go ahead and get to it. It was on another blockchain. You go ahead and have been migrating over to Immutable recently. It is an MMORPG, so it's a multiplayer RPG style game, similar to World of Warcraft, similar to Avalon, similar to a lot of the other games out there, where you can go ahead and play with other people within the game itself. It's browser based, which is interesting to me. I thought this would be a client based game based on the type of game it is, but no, you can go ahead and play on it with your browser. Not necessarily mobile friendly, so I wouldn't try and really play it on a mobile. You can go ahead and try it. I'm just not sure how well it's going to play for you. I did not test it out. I tested it out on a PC. Again, this is a closed beta. Technically, it's not launched yet. That's why I put the caveat in there, closed beta. But it is available to go ahead and play. It's free to play. Initially, when they opened the closed beta, it was only for people that had badges, land a certain amount of the Ember token. But they went ahead about less than a week after that and opened up to everybody else. Not quite sure how I like how they handled that, but I'm appreciative that I can go ahead and test it out now because of that. And there is going to be PvP. There's a whole battleground area in there. I have not tested it out. Full caveat. I didn't test the PvP or the battleground area out. I just played the PvE style, and that's what we're going to walk through as we're going through this gameplay review. Jumping over to the website, as I mentioned, you're going to want to go ahead and create an account. Go ahead and you'll see a log on up here. It'll ask you to create an account. You can go ahead and then connect it to your wallet that you have available. And then you can go ahead, the play button will become available and you can go ahead and click. And we'll click on that play button here in a few minutes. I just want to quick cover a few other details there. As of the time of this recording, there is a airdrop happening. There is a number of restrictions with it. I'm not going to dive into that, and I am not going to cover the airdrop because I don't know when you're going to watch this video. But just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. As you can see there, they crossed out the closed beta. Now it's a beta test. So it's jumping between the closed beta and the open beta. Some more details on here around what's going to be available in the game, which we'll cover briefly here. The different types of land you can go ahead and get out there. It goes all the way from a regular plot all the way down to a city, and we'll see some of those. We'll see probably the towns and the settlements in here when I go ahead and play the game. And you can go ahead and check out the rest of the details as far as the game goes. I'm not going to dive into that too much, but we are going to go ahead and jump into the game itself. In order to jump in the game, you can just go ahead and click on play. Once you're logged in and connected, it's going to ask you which region you want to go ahead and connect to. Obviously, pick the one that's local to you. I'm going to go ahead and pick North America. You can go ahead and read the beta, all that fun stuff that's there as far as the notice goes. And then you go ahead and jump into the game. I do have to put the caveat out there. It does disconnect every now and then. I've had to jump in and out of the game a couple times, so be aware of that. And every time you log in, it's going to really log you into a random location. If you press M, it brings up the map that's available, the different areas, just going through the actual screen itself. On the bottom here, you have your health, you have your mana, you have your different hot bars. You can go ahead and you have little buttons here. As far as your inventory is very limited, so be aware of that. I've filled up my space quite a few times now. Then you go ahead and have the armor that you have available. Right now, I'm still lowish tier. I'm not starter tier, but I'm lowish tier. I even have a bucket as a helmet here. So you can go ahead and check that out. You also have, they have achievements here, but it doesn't really have much there. Then you have your skills. As you can see, as far as the different skills that you can go ahead and level up, your weapons, your smithing, armor and weapon smithing, your gathering skills. You can see I've been working pretty hard on those, and your alchemy skills. So you can go ahead as you're progressing through the game, whether you're gathering or fighting other monsters, you can go ahead and level up different things to really help you progress through the game itself. And then you have here just as far as the quest go, there's not really a quest in there right now. A little bit of a hotbar that tells you the different keys as you're going through. So you could just do the normal movement skills for a PC, attack, space. There is no jump, but I'm going to show you a quick workaround once you get to a certain point in the game that allows you to jump. All right, so that's the controls, and you can see my mouse points to the direction and the keyboard points where I'm actually running. So when you start out the game, you start out in a random area. Most towns, actually all town settlements, and even a lot of the plots have all the different things that you're going to need from a crafting perspective. There's going to be a crafting table that allows you to take raw materials that you go out there and gather and turn it into craftable materials. For example, you're going to do a lot of wood from logs and things like that. From the reed fibers, you turn into cloth. So you go around and you gather the raw materials, turn it into craftable materials. And then once you have craftable materials, you take it to a different workbench, whether it's the weapons, which is here. It allows you to go ahead and craft both the weapons, the sword and shield, and axe, pickaxe, and a whatever this is called. Yeah, sickle. I don't know what I was trying there. And you can go ahead and craft different levels of those. In order to go ahead and gather from the get-go, you are going to have to craft these bone ones. You cannot gather until you have each of these. Obviously, the axe is for cutting down trees, the pickaxe is for mining, and the sickle is for gathering different plants. So you do have to craft those, and you craft those from bones. And you get bones from going ahead, and I think I saw one pop up here. I'll show you here in a second. There's a hog that's around here. There it is. The razorback is kind of hiding right there. Those are going to give you bones. Be careful when you first, because they go in packs. So you could get one, you could get four, and if you get four as a level 1, you're going to get hurt pretty bad. And then you have the armor crafting here, which starts tiers. As you level up your armor crafting, it gives you additional tiers that you can go up higher and higher and higher. And one note, not all these are unlocked at once. They kind of get unlocked in the phases from the gloves, the boots, then I think it's the helmet, and then the pants, and then the armor itself. So in that order, I think they get unlocked as you're going through the levels in each of the tiers. So that's crafting in general. Let me show you, there's also alchemy, which looks like this guy right here. That's alchemy. So if you go ahead and click on that, you're going to be able to craft different potions. Again, it's also a tiered system there too. All right, so I'm gonna kind of pull back here a little bit, and let's go fight some stuff. Like this is the Razorback. I'm high levels. You can see I'm level 12, where I could run around this guy and he's going to ignore me. But then I can go ahead and attack him, and he's going to call all of his friends, and then we'll do the initial attack, which is a spinning one, which is super strong. And you can see I went ahead and got a bone from that, which early game you can go ahead and take and turn into the axe, pickaxe, and so forth. Once you have those different tools, you can go around. For example, you start out with these birch trees. If you want to go ahead and chop down the birch tree, you can go ahead and do that. And it'll give you different things. It's going to give you both XP towards wood cutting, and it's also going to give you birch. Then you have some gathering here, which is going to give you, again, XP towards gathering, and that gets put towards a health potion. So we're going to go around, and there's different types of monsters. These guys, again, these are level 3, so I can literally run past them. But then we got some bandits here are going to be a little bit of trouble. I should say raiders, not bandits. So you can go ahead and attack those. Those actually give you gold, which is the only thing that I've found as far as things that give you gold in the game. I haven't found a use for it yet, but I'm sure there is as I go later and later into the game. So you can go ahead and see those. They also give you pelts. Pelts is going to go ahead and be used for different armors that are available. And what you're going to do is you're going to run around. The region is it's relatively big. Like they give you a lot to go ahead and explore. I'm just going to run through a lot of the areas, maybe attack a few things as we're going through this, just because I want to show you some action that's actually in the game. You'll notice that the spin I use quite often. And it's, like I said, it's a relatively big world, and I'm actually going to hopefully not die here because I'm diving in here a little quicker than I normally would. But let's go ahead and put some health here in the hotbar so I can go ahead and health up. And we're going to go ahead and continue to run through this. You're going to see bridges, you're going to see water. With the water, you can go ahead and actually walk through the water if you choose to do that to avoid things. And just check every single thing, because a lot of the stuff can be harvested and can be gathered as far as items as you're going through here. I'm mid health, so that's why I'm not fighting these guys right now, because I wanted to show you a larger area of it. The other thing you can do is if you use your mouse, your right click, you can go ahead and change the viewpoint and see what's ahead of you if that's what you choose to do. As you can see, we got some level 11 monsters here. Depending on the difficulty of what you're going to go ahead and fight against, they have the orange, and if it's really hard to fight against, they're going to have red. So you can go ahead and keep an eye on those. We're going to continue to run through here just to show you some additional areas around here. Just trying to avoid those right now. I can fight those, but I choose not to at the moment. I'm just waiting for actually someone to attack me. But the land itself it's a decent size. Like it's not bad for a beta. The challenge that a lot of people are having online is this has really been in the works for years. I'm telling you, years. So people are a little surprised that it's not quite as large. See, we're at the border right now. I can't go over here because that's the border. But when it actually becomes live and fully live, it's going to be much larger of an area. And I want to show you the red. These guys are red. I can't fight them quite yet. Again, the yellow and then the low levels that you can see over here. You can go ahead. You can fight all of them. You're just probably going to die. And here's a resource here that I don't want to get to because I'm going to die if I go ahead and get that. The nice thing is if you die, it just takes you right back to one of the either a settlement or a town. So it's not really that big of a deal if you go ahead and die. They're going to go ahead and attack him, and he just called over his friend, which is not going to be good for me, but we'll go ahead and fight him. Got a pelt off of him, and then his buddy comes over, and we can use some of the other attacks that I have and knock back with that. And then I should have done the war cry, but I already got him down, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm just getting a little low in health. Here's another thing. This is iron that you can go ahead and gather. And we're getting into an area that's probably going to be a little tougher than I want to manage right at the moment. You can see I leveled up my mining just from grabbing that iron node. We'll go ahead and continue to run through here. And like I said, if you die, I've been looking for this guy. So we'll go ahead and chop this one down. I don't know if I have space. That's the problem. Oh, yep, that's oak. I'm a little surprised. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear some space here. We'll go ahead and remove this. And then we'll go ahead and I want that oak because that oak I can go ahead and use. That's actually good. It's good to know. I've been looking for maple and I've been looking for oak. So it's nice that I was actually able to find something that I could go ahead and get. So it's a good start. Here's another note of things that you can go ahead and grab. This is higher tier, so you do need to be a little bit higher level. So I'm going to just continue to gather as we're talking here. But that's the main part of the game right now is you're going through, and you can see this guy's trying to attack me. You're going through and you're gathering resources. You're taking those resources and then you're going to go ahead and craft those resources into different armor and weapons that you can go ahead and use to level up and defeat different things. This is a normal beta. As far as what's available to you, I have to say it's a decent sized beta. But again, considering how long it's been in the works, it's not the biggest thing. But it's fun. Like I said, I've been having a good time as far as running around. I'm actually going to clear off some more stuff. As far as the hurdles go, the obvious one is the space. I've been having a little bit of trouble with space and keeping that all in order. I wish the bags were a little bit bigger as far as the inventory goes. I wish there was also a little more as far as description and things that you can go ahead and how to work through some things. Like these trees, I thought eventually you'd be able to go ahead and chop these trees down, which is not the case. You have to go ahead and find more and more spots. Like these are the birch trees. There's not really any documentation anywhere to show you what's craftable, what level you can craft things, and stuff like that. So that's been a bit of a challenge. Let's go ahead and fight these guys. So just trying to work through that part of it has been a little tough. But it's a learning game. Like I said, I've only been playing the game for, I'm going to die here. Got him. I've only been playing the game really for 24 hours. That's really it. So there's a lot of the game that I have not explored yet. So I'll continue to play through it. I'm very interested. Let's go ahead and give you my thoughts on the game. I mentioned it several times. The inventory is probably the biggest concern for me as far as the game goes. Ooh, I am in a tough spot right now. We're actually going to run over because there's a settlement right here. Is that a settlement or is that battlegrounds? I don't know. But we're going to run for right now. See if I can go ahead and find a place to go ahead and craft. I don't want to go that way. Yeah, let's go ahead in here. I think this is an arena. This is a battle area. So I'm just kind of searching around and trying to find a settlement because I am running through a very dangerous area right now, especially for my level, to try and get over here to a settlement so I can go ahead and craft some stuff and clear out some of my inventory. All right, now that I was slightly distracted there, this is a settlement. You'll see them all over the place. My thoughts on the game. The obvious thought is the fact that the inventory is too small. I wish they either gave you a chest somewhere or they increased your inventory. So that's a big thing right there is the inventory itself. As far as the documentation, struggling with the documentation also, wish there was a little bit more. If anyone from Ember Sword is watching this, I'm happy to help you with that. I'd love to do a bunch of videos for you to help with guides to help new players. Love to help you with that. As far as the good things, I think the game mechanics are pretty good. Again, let me go with the preference with this. I'm looking at this straight from a closed beta. I'm not looking at it from, it's been in development for many years now. Just from a straight beta perspective, the gameplay is good. I enjoy the gameplay. I wish some of the stuff like these letters, maybe I were a little bit bigger. Some of the stuff was a little easier to maneuver around. But I like the crafting side of it. I like the leveling side. I like how you can go ahead and level individual skills as you're going through and gathering. There's a lot of things I do like about this. I wish I could. I enjoy it. That's we're going to go ahead and keep it at that. I do enjoy playing it. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. Is this a game you've gone ahead and tested out? If you go ahead and test it out, go ahead and let me know. I really appreciate your feedback. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.